BTS's Dynamite was the only single to sell 1 million copies in the US. In 2020, Hugh McIntyre contributor, Hollywood and Entertainment SKOREAUS Music BTS. A man walks past a commercial poster showing K-pop plus. AFP via Getty Images. For many years now, the vast majority of music lovers all around the world have chosen to listen to the tunes they can't get enough of on platforms like Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora and YouTube instead of purchasing them. Streaming has not so much been creeping in and grabbing bits of market share from digital storefronts like iTunes, but rather dominating in every sense of the word. In 2020, just one song managed to pass a milestone that used to be commonplace, and it's a track that wasted no time in establishing itself as the biggest hit of the year in many respects. BTS's Dynamite has officially been named the best-selling song in the US in 2020, and it wasn't even close. The title, in all its iterations, sold a whopping 1.3 million copies, according to Nielsen Music's annual year-end report. The track stands out as the only title to actually sell at least 1 million copies in the country last year. To further put their success into perspective, Dynamite outsells the second best-selling song in the US in 2020, The Weeknd's Blinding Lights, more than twice over. That R&B, pop, electronic hybrid sold 580,000 copies throughout the year, despite the fact it was released in late 2019, meaning it had the entire 12 months in which to rack up sales. BTS now claim the 5 biggest sales weeks of 2020 among hit singles. By Hugh McIntyre, Dynamite was a massive seller from the moment it was unleashed, and it kept going strong for months. The band had a huge hit on their hands from the get-go, but they implemented an intelligent strategy to keep their biggest fans buying the cut, which helped it earn a dozen turns atop Billboard's digital song sales chart. That's one of the greatest accumulations of all time, and Dynamite is still performing extremely well. In fact, despite the fact that it was released back in September, it continues to hold as the best-selling song in the US this week. All told, BTS released at least 10 versions of Dynamite, including ones labeled tropical, poolside, EDM, acoustic, slow jam, retro, midnight, and bedroom, to name just a few. Right before Christmas, when it seemed like Dynamite might finally be done with, the septet shared a holiday remix, which brought it back to number 1 on the digital song sales ranking. Dynamite made history when it debuted at number 1 on the Hot 100, giving BTS their initial champion on Billboard's highly competitive ranking of the most consumed songs in the US. The cut also made the 7-member outfit the first South Korean musical act to rise as high as anyone can on the list. The tune wound up leading the charge for 3 non-consecutive frames, and it ended up becoming the first of 3 number 1 smashes on the roster in 2020 alone.